The year is 5317 during the Age of Civilization. This is the time period of the start of the latest and greatest industrial age of Merosia. As the first airships are seen within Vobian, the first steam engine and train within Umberhaven, and the oceans begin to see the first all-metal clad steam-powered ships traverse its waters. This is the age of discovery and exploration. This is the age in which our adventurers live, work, and enjoy the spoils of their bounties. This is Back to Ballinway.
Day 12. As we approached the temple, the undead creatures caught sight of us and launched an attack. These monsters, known as zombies, are quite strong and can do a surprising amount of damage. Despite their slow movements, these zombies move in a jerky, uneven manner, wearing the same decaying clothes that they died in, and emanating a putrid odor of decay. It was truly a sight to behold. I witnessed combat. Maria, Sir Benedict's noble steed, fiercely trampled the zombies in battle. The sheer magnificence of this majestic creature left me in awe. After defeating the zombies, we searched the bodies. One body has a journal in its possession. The journal is of Travis Mahon, along with some cartographer tools and a money pouch. We decided to move on and explore the temple, finding great rock seals on all of its entrances. The seals read, "Here lies the Lord and Lady of our land, King Dodanum Sar and Queen Seleucus Sar." Wow. Ooh, the Sar dynasty was all the way back from the Inuitic age. That's amazing. Oh, but continuing on, journal. We decide not to open the stone tomb room and move up to the second floor. We find another large door with writing, and it translates much as the same as the first. We continue ascending to the highest level when we come across yet another seal. This one, however, is already broken. Seems like someone has already ventured down into the temple from this very spot. We can see the ropes dangling inside, a clear indication of the previous explorer's descent. Apart from the broken seal, we also spot an altar on the top tier. It's a rather eerie sight, with a skeleton laying on top of it. We can't help but wonder who this person was and what led them to their demise. Was it the same person who had ventured down into the temple before us? At this point, we have no way of knowing. We are tired from our battle and decided to make camp for the night. As we settled down to gather around the crackling campfire, we go through the belongings of one of the fallen zombies, Travis Mayhem. Intrigued, I began reading out loud from his journal to my companions. Travis recounts the thrilling tale of the valiant airship embarking on a magnificent voyage, spurred by Lord Wortley's insistence on an early departure. Lord Wortley, that's Yox's husband. It becomes apparent when reading that Lord Wortley's decision was influenced by a conversation with Professor Tidrick. You remember Professor Tidrick, Journal? He was our mentor. We've been looking for him for a while now. He just disappeared. Travis went on to assume the role of navigator as they embarked on their quest to locate the temple. Along the way, they encounter hostile creatures, but also befriend a native tribe known as the Kuaklua tribe. Through skillful negotiation, the team gains access to the temple, where they stumble upon the sacrificial altar I was talking about earlier, and a sealed entrance. Despite the warnings of a curse, they resolve to break the seal, driven by their curiosity, the promise of the hidden treasures within. When I kept reading, though, inside the temple, they uncovered a chamber filled with ancient captives and another seal. prompting them to temporarily halt their excavation and split into two groups. One group remained at the temple to kind of guard the temple and be sure everything was still in place. This is the group that Travis stayed in. The other group took the airship, loaded all the treasure onto it, and went back to the Kuaklua tribe, the village. Um, that night, though, an unfortunate accident occurs in the skeletal chamber when the master sergeant inadvertently broke the seal of the chamber. This triggers a series of strange phenomena afflicting the crew members with a mysterious sickness. The master sergeant was driven to madness, and he tragically sacrifices himself. And now we know who the skeleton was on the altar. And faced with this unforeseen turn of events, Travis, the journal's writer, sensed the gravity of the situation. He warns his companions that something something horrible had been unleashed and urges them to abandon their venture. In a moment of vulnerability, he expresses his concern for his own survival and sends a heartfelt message to his loved ones, unsure of what lies ahead. At this point, my approach is to meticulously examine the journal entry, leaving no aspect unexplored. And then, in order to collaborate with my companions, we will establish a comprehensive plan for our onward journey. But for now, we rest until we see what happens tomorrow.
It is now getting evening time. The sun has set, food has been served, the journal has been read. A lot of the porters are settling down for evening time. A lot of your companions have as well. What are y'all discussing? What are y'all doing around the campfire?
Veruca is blowing smoke rings, and I think she's like using little twigs and stuff to like shoot through them.
All right. Well, the rest of us, I believe everyone's pretty trepidatious about the idea of entering this temple, yes?
Doesn't sound like there's even any good stuff left in there.
Doesn't sound like it's worth the risk, anyways.
Oh, certainly not.
And, like, I mean, those guys, like, those dead guys, that, I for sure don't want that to happen to me. Like, that was disgusting.
Exactly. So I suppose we should leave some sort of indication to the rest of our group that are arriving in a few days, so they don't enter it and they continue on. But
we should write out a journal and like tie it to a dead guy.
What if we write the journal and then we tie it to a crossbow bolt?
And shoot it to a dead guy?
Yes.
There we go.
I think in here somewhere. I'm not sure.
I think there has to be.
What if we shoot a dead guy through my crossbow? But no, I do not think we should go into the temple. And we should, we need to find this village. That is where the best stuff would be, if that village still stands.
I mean, some 2 years ago, we don't know whether they're there or not, but it is the next lead we have. Does anyone know anything about where this village could be found? Your guide friend, perhaps?
Yes. Ada.
Eventually, she comes out of the tent. What y'all need?
We were wondering if you know the location of this, and Veruca shows her the journal and kind of points out the name of the village. If you know the location of this tribe.
Well, this was the very first time coming up here. But they're like cat people, right?
Like tabaxi?
It mentions, right?
Yes,
Um,
yes, they're cat people.
I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
I know of cat people. I don't know this specific cat people.
I mean, I think it's incredibly unfair to just assume that all cat people know each other, but we'll start from there and we'll go.
I mean, we can tell. There's telltale signs, is what I'm trying to say.
Was that a pun? Cat people, tail, tie.
Oh my gosh,
don't-
Ada, I didn't realize you had such a sense of humor.
I'm quite surprised myself, actually.
It's late. I need to go to bed. But we can start off bright and early in the morning trying to track them down. There'll be various signs and whatnot around the jungle to, mark their territory and this, that, and the other. So,
Perfect. We can get up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and we'll head out after those cat people.
how much are y'all showing Ada of the journal?
Cora has her nose in it, so the back of it.
I think Veruca just pointed out the name of the tribe, just because she didn't want to butcher its pronunciation, and then she handed it back to Cora.
All right. Well, I'm going to go get some sleep.
Thank you very much, dear.
Yep.
I think throughout all of this, Yax is sitting next to Cora, who is absorbed in this journal. And I think she's just sort of staring off into space, sort of absent-mindedly petting Maxie's head. She's probably been sitting like this for a while, sort of lost in her own thoughts.
Careful, Yax, you're gonna pet him bald if you keep going on like that.
She'll kind of half-heartedly chuckle at that and just say, it's what companions are for, right? To stay with you.
Oh, I found it. Okay, so the tribe is small catkin that resemble panthers. So not exactly tabaxi, but kinda. Oh, she already went to her tent. Okay, but she said we could track them down in the morning?
Yes, she said
Okay.
we could track their tails or something.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find any other clues. I can't believe he was a cartographer and there's no map. It doesn't make any sense.
Unless he gave the map to them to make it to the village.
Could be.
One would think you'd make a redundant
A
copy,
backup
but
map, yeah.
who knows?
This is why they died in the jungle,
We also don't know what may have happened in the intervening years since that happened.
True.
Shall we set up a watch schedule? If we're going to get up early and take off after them,
Yes.
we'll need to, be on our game. We'll also need someone to prepare something, some sort of note for our benefactor, Lord Novak, so that they know not to enter the temple.
Should we share? Now, this is where I wonder what Lord Novak's intentions were as to seeking out this particular temple. Because treasure hunting is all good and dandy, but you send other people out to do that, right? You don't go yourself unless there is something in particular you are looking for.
I mean, the hot thing to know is that we were kind of the impetus of this whole thing, yes? I mean,
Yes.
the maps that Cora and Yax were able to produce were quite a bit of the starting factor for him. I'm kind of assuming that he would have never thought to come out this way without these. So I think he's kind of just a glory-seeking imbecile.
Fair enough. Gundalf, you're the best with words.
Do not open dead inside, I think.
Maybe we elaborate a little more on that, but I do like it's a good skeleton, pun intended.
Oh, I get you. No, let's just we'll write a little narrative bit about what happened and let them know. There's got to be some way we could maybe wrap this up in in some leather in a bag or something that we could preserve it from spoiling in all this wet. What do you think?
I mean, there was the satchel that you found the initial journal on. We could put some information in there. Hang that on a skeleton right in front of the steps or something.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We just make it very clearly visible. Maybe pose it. Maybe we just kind of put it near the pile of dead that we have just kind of dismembered to kind of be like, hey, there's worse.
I think we'll have to write it in the morning because we need to let them know which direction we're going in. Not just don't go here, but go where we are, but we don't know where we're going yet.
Yes, well, it shouldn't take us long to put a statement up for them, and it will take quite a while for the camp to be broken down, and all of these baggage carriers to be ready to take us out of here.
Makes sense.
So, who's taking the first watch?
I might as well. I'm all hyped up. I got some games of chance I got to discuss with a couple of these porters.
All right. Who wishes the second?
I can take it. I doubt I'll be sleeping anytime soon, so I'll still be awake.
I can also take it.
We can take a watch too. As Bartley pops up.
Okay.
And Perez says, yes, we need to be extra careful of these kobold-like tribe.
He is smiling so widely and just really playing around with that knife as he says that. It is unnerving.
Quite fond of the eagerness, yes. Cora, you and I on this last leg there in the morning?
Sounds good. We'll just get up early.
Sounds good. That's my norm. Well, if that is the case then, I suppose I shall retire to my tent, make sure Walter's doing all right after the fights, and Maria's ready for the trip tomorrow. And if you need me, come find me.
Sleep well, Sir Benedict.
Thank you. You as well.
What's the rest of y'all doing? As Sir Benedict retires to his tent.
I am going to go seek out some of the porters and just kind of go hang out with them, see how they're doing, get kind of a read on how they're feeling about this whole situation, and just kind of tune in to what they're about.
Okay. Veruca?
I mean, I think Veruca, before she goes to bed, she's going to kind of go over to Eox and be like, I am not the best with feelings, but I'm decently strong and I can give a pretty good hug. So if you want one, you can have one.
Eox is aware how difficult that was for Veruca. So she'll do just kind of like a sweet little side hug, and she'll just go, thanks. And I think you're better at feelings than you think. Sometimes it's just hard.
No, I'm better with mud. Veruca's hand is like, it's not comforting at all. Like, she's doing another side hug back at you, but it's like iron. It's like a vice.
I think Yax will kind of pry that hand off and go, good talk. I'll see you in a couple hours, I guess.
Yep.
And with that, do y'all retire to y'all's tent?
Oh, yeah.
What does Cora do? I mean...
Cora is going to go to her tent as well, and she's going to pull out her maps and be sure there's no little symbols that would have maybe marked a tree village that she thought was just, water staining or something that she might have brushed off because she was so focused on the temple. She just wants to double check that she didn't miss anything, and that might give them a direction.
Give me an investigation.
Okay, I can do that. I don't have my dice out. Sorry. Bad me. 16 plus 6. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah. Within the journal, there is this one part, this one page that feels off. And you look at it closely, and it's almost like there's a sheen of wax over it.
Ooh, is it thick, like it's folded over and waxed shut?
No, like the wax is covering something up.
Oh, okay. So I very carefully try to remove that.
And as you do,
And I have cartographer supplies and tools as well.
go ahead and roll.
Which would be what?
Cartographer's tools.
Yeah, which is Dex?
Yeah, we're doing Dex.
Or Wisdom?
Yeah.
Wisdom. Okay.
It'd be Dex this time around.
Okay. Dex plus proficiency?
You're trying not to burn the book to cinders.
So Dex plus proficiency, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's a 19. 20, 21.
Yeah. Not only you remove the wax perfectly, but you also reveal what's underneath. And it is indeed a map to their village.
Yes.
Detailing
Yes.
the different cargoes that went there and a host of other information about the treasure itself.
Perfect.
You also
Cool.
find an entry that says that this is the beginning. The scientists and the professors and the up and ups had to go do more research and to bring back other things as their hints that there's more treasure and something way more valuable below the temple itself.
So it's saying they left in the airship?
Yes.
Okay.
The up and ups did.
Right.
Along
Does
with
it
the
say
treasure that they have. Yeah, I mean, it gives the list, of the names of
Right.
the three key people that he kept on mentioning.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that left in the airship.
Which would be Lord Wortley, Preston, Professor Von Tidrick, and Linsman?
Yes.
Professor Linsman, the
Yes.
professor of religion?
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. So they're not at the city, but we know where the city is. Okay. But we know the Valiant didn't go back to Harburg, so where did they go? Okay, cool. So she is going to ponder that and not tell anybody, and she'll wait till her watch, and then she will share that with Sir Benedict and let everybody get their sleep. There's nothing we can do about it tonight anyway, so she will process all that and think on it and inform everybody in the morning is her plan.
Yep.
She'll go to bed.
Send off.
Yep.
What are we discussing with the porters as Perez and Bartley decided to stay up with you?
Oh, well, I'm trying to keep it light and not, freak out anybody. But I want to talk to them about, get a sense of their morale, get a sense if they're freaked out about what happened today. If they are, try to, encourage them with the fact that we totally smoked those dead guys.
Give me insight.
That is a dirty 20.
Amazingly enough, they're feeling pretty good. I mean, their spirits are up. Some were hesitant, but have calmed down now, especially since the melee, the fight, the sudden danger is over with now. And they definitely offer you more food and more drink and whatnot, and invite you to come, celebrate at their camp.
Right on. Well, these are my boys. We've already spent a lot of time together, so yeah, I'll keep hanging out with them. I'll be kind of embedded with the porters, probably maybe even past when my watch is supposed to be done. I'll probably be hanging out with them as late as they're wanting to.
Okay. Are you also watching too, or how are you going about the watch?
Oh, I mean, I'm
Kinda
not like.
letting Perez and Bartley do the brunt of the work for you.
I mean, I am not. I'm not distracted completely, but I'm hanging out that side of the camp. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, half and half. I'm half bullshitting with the guys, half.
Okay. So go ahead and just give me a perception roll then.
Total of 8.
Okay.
Must really be BS in the guys.
Yeah. As the shift goes on and everything pretty much starts to settle down to the point that all the porters now have made it back to their camp and is getting ready for a good night rest. What are y'all doing as your shift is about to end?
I don't remember who's up next. Bart, who's taking the next watch, man?
I don't know. I'm been watching out for zombies.
What? Yeah, me too, man. But like,
I mean, I thought I saw something rattle over there in the bushes, so I went to go beat it. It was some kind of little mammal creature.
yeah, well,
You sure they're not coming back, right?
I mean, I think we got them. I mean, I can't tell you that's not the only scary thing out in the jungle, man.
Yeah, but I don't want
Gotta
to be
get your shit together.
sleeping and suddenly I get gnawed on by, I don't know, you?
Well, that wouldn't be the first time that's happened. But no, man, I promise, I won't bite you in your sleep.
Hey,
without you knowing about it ahead of time.
I just thought of something.
It what?
And he looks over at Maria. You think that thing can turn into a zombie? I think I'd shit my pants if it did.
Jeez, me too.
I mean, that thing took out zombies left and right.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know the rules on this.
Should I stay awake and watch it? I'll stay awake and watch it.
Okay, what? Okay, good. You keep an eye on that one. I'm gonna.
Brez pops up.
What say?
Do believe the ladies are up next. Baruka and the one they call Yaks with the doggy.
Yeah. Why don't you go see if you can sneak past without waking that dog up and causing a whole bunch of racket. Wake them up till time for the shift.
I can shoot a crossbow bolt.
That seems perfect. I hear that's the cool way to communicate these days.
And you see Vrez load up one and shoots it into Veruca's tent. Veruca, what's your passive perception?
18.
Yeah, you definitely hear this fly by, thud into the post above you.
Oh, it must be time to get up. Better go wake up Yaks. Virga goes and wakes up Yaks.
Oh, is it time already?
Yes. 1 moment. Don't sit up quite yet. Veruca ducks, and I'm guessing that's when Brez sends the second crossbow into the second crossbow bolt into Yax's tent.
No, he actually sends only one.
Oh, awesome. Okay, well, it's better to be cautious. Anyway, it is time. It's time to be up.
All right. I think Yax will get up and she'll tuck Maxie back in. He's probably curled up on her pillow with his tongue hanging out, doing a little doggy snore. And she just tucks him in and lets him continue sleeping. And she'll kind of look at Veruca and be like, so anything from the first group? Any issues, or just a quiet night for once?
I mean, I was woken up by a crossbow and I came straight over here to wake you up because I know that most people don't enjoy being woken up by a crossbow bolt.
No, I can't say that I would be particularly fond of that. You're correct. Also slightly concerning that your instinct is, oh, this was meant to wake me up, and not, oh, this was meant to murder me. Um,
I mean, like I feel like it's fairly obvious, the difference, the intention. You can feel the intention behind an arrow, a sword swing, a crossbow bolt.
that's a skill you're gonna have to teach me because my ability to read intentions has always been a little underwhelming.
Yes. Anyway, come on, I'll make us some coffee.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, and Yox will kind of tag along, and I think as they're waiting for the coffee to happen, she'll do a quick roundabout of the camp just to, double check.
Gundalf, have you already retired to your tent?
I'm kind of on my way. I was really waiting to see what happened with that crossbow bolt.
Yeah.
I was sitting back, and once it became clear that it sort of undramatically just worked, I kind of lost interest.
Veruca does have she has like the bolts and she's like, here you go. She just gives it back to Perez. Like it's
Thank
the most
you.
normal thing in the world.
He kind of just nods his head and goes off to bed. And before he does, he stops, turns around. I do believe you will have a third person on your watch. Be gentle with him.
Why is he still awake?
He thinks that the horse is going to turn into a zombie.
Okay.
Good night. Have fun.
Good.
He smiles.
Okay, great. Awesome. So, you're worried that the horse might turn into a zombie?
I mean, they were all over the place. It was like game over, man.
Right. I can just ask Maria if she was bit, how she's feeling.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Veruca's just gonna walk over to the horse and speak with animals and... Hey, Maria, how are you feel... Maria, wake up. You massive animal, wake up. I need to ask you a very important question. How are you feeling? Were you bit at all during your encounter with zombies?
Well, of course I am fine. Why wouldn't I be?
Good. Well, we're just checking in with everyone, sweetheart.
I mean, I serve the master.
Yes. Well, glad to check in. Veruca turns around. Go to bed. Horse skin is much thicker than people skin. I don't think those zombies could have bitten through her hide if they tried, considering how thick it is.
Roll me a persuasion.
Excellent. -1. Let's go. Oh, that's an 18. Okay, Veruca. That's her. Okay, guys, that was the one good roll for this session. So don't make me do anything else.
Bartley looks at you. Shakes his head. Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Get some sleep. Could be zombies tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
And he heads off to the tent.
I think as Eox is rounding the corner again, Veruca's like, "Oh yeah," and now now I remember. And Veruca shows like kind of the wound she got in her arm from accidentally punching through that zombie. She's like, "Oh yeah, I should take care of this," and she's like wrapping it very casually. I
think Yox clocks that and just kind of quickens her step a little bit and is like, "Are you all right? Are you good? Like, can I can do that." And then she'll reach out without waiting for an answer and do a little cure wounds.
Veruca kind of flinches at it, like it hurts her a little bit. No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm
sorry.
very resilient to disease and such. You don't need to worry about that. But I appreciate it. It was very nice. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting to find out here. No,
I
I
mean-
do know what I was expecting to find, and I didn't find it. And I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's expecting and there's hoping. What were you hoping to find?
I was hoping to find a good reason why he just disappeared.
Hmm.
And from the look of it, he was treasure hunting. And he didn't, not only did he not bring me along, he didn't mention any of this to me. And I don't know how long he was hiding it from me. And I just don't know what to think anymore.
Well, then it sounds like we found the beginning of a good reason.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Now, I think the coffee's almost ready. I have eggshells. I've already crushed them up. Just once the coffee comes to a full boil, put the eggshells in. It'll help clarify it. Make sure to let the ground settle and such. I'm going to do a quick round the camp.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. And Yax will take a seat and do as instructed.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Come on, Veruca.
Can she have advantage? Can I offer like the help action because I just did a round around the camp myself?
I'll give it to you, yeah.
I'm going to stick with the 18.
Yeah.
Pretty good. The other one was a 1. My poor unlucky girl.
How far do you go out?
I think Veruca, she gets far enough away from the fire to kind of avoid like the kind of night vision loss that you get from like being too close to a campfire. So she's like out of that circle. She's kind of in the brush, but not too far in, and she's kind of circling.
Okay. You staying away from the temple itself?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She might glance towards it, but I don't think she's gonna get closer.
Okay. The night continues, and it is getting close to y'all's end. Who wakes up who?
I've got this. Veruca loads a crossbow and takes careful aim at Sir Benedict's tent.
I think Yax just grumbles about like I need to get like a helmet or something, and goes back. I think we said last time that I'm sharing a tent with Cora, so I'll kind of shake her shoulder a little bit and go, "Rise and shine, it's your turn.
Okay, okay. I'm going.
Have a good night. I'm gonna get some sleep."
Hey, Yax, I have good news.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Okay, I was gonna tell everybody in the morning, but your husband left on the airship.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I'll tell everybody later, but just quickly, look, I found another page. It's got a map. It's going to lead us to the city or the village. And it says that your husband, my professor, and the other professor all went on the airship back to get more supplies because there was a bigger treasure in the temple, but they needed more supplies to get to it.
So he did leave.
He left. That should make you feel better. I don't know why he didn't come home, though, so we still have a mystery. But we have more. But I'm going to read more on my shift, and then I'll have more details, when you wake up.
Okay.
But he's not a zombie. Here, anyway.
Thanks, Cora.
Veruca, what'd you roll on that to hit with the crossbow?
That was a nat 1, Dave.
Please roll me a dexterity check.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Would that be a dexterity save or just flat dex?
Flat dex.
Oh, okay, that's a 6.
Yeah. I'm going to need you to roll a 1d6.
Oh no, I was aiming at Sir Benedict's tent. Let me hit him. Thank God. Oh, now I roll decent. That's a 4. How many porters do I kill, Dave? Do I kill 4 porters?
No. Sir Benedict, you hear a scream next to you.
Ah! I'll jump up. Walter, are you all right, my friend?
It's in my foot. There's a pain.
Good Lord, there's a crossbow bolt sticking out of your foot.
Get it out.
It's gonna hurt.
It hurts more than being in it.
All right. I'm gonna grab his foot and grab the arrow and yank the arrow out of his foot.
Yeah, he passes out.
Veruca rushes in. Oh my gosh, I heard screaming. What happened?
You know, I think we could come up with a new method of sending messages. Perhaps not using crossbow bolts would be step 1.
Oh.
And I'll set my hand on Walter and I don't know. Let's give him 4 uses of lay on hands.
Okay.
So he'll gain 4 hit points back.
Yeah, it definitely
Veruca's
seals
also-
the wound back up.
Veruca's also going to bandage his foot just to make him feel better emotionally.
Put some of that good mud on it.
Oh, good mud, aka just like a salve. Everything is some form of mud to Veruca.
Perhaps next time we'll do a, shake me awake or knock on the poles near the entrance or almost anything other than sending a crossbow bolt in here.
I'll aim for the outside of the tent next time.
I think we're missing the overall lesson of this incident here is to not utilize deadly weaponry to send simple messages that could be done by, say, anyone.
I think I need some time to think this over, but I am listening.
I don't feel you are, but we'll get back to this when we're all fully awake. Get some rest. At least it wasn't Maria.
There is coffee in the coffee pot. It is about 50% coffee grounds and eggshells now, but still good. And Veruca's off to bed.
I was about to ask about the eggshells, but you know what? I'd rather not know. And I'll get up, gather up my armor, head out, start slowly putting things on by the fire. Is anyone already there, or?
Yeah, I'm here and Balbug's there too.
Okay. Here I am. Miss Cora. Were you part of the whole arrow incident?
What? What arrow?
It's fine. They decided not to shoot you to wake you up. That is refreshing.
No, Yox came and got me.
Like a
And
common,
just
decent, civilized being. Okay.
Like shook my shoulder and yeah.
You know, I would take a trumpet over an arrow in my friend's foot, but we'll go with his shaking is fine.
Is he okay?
Yes, he'll be fine. I mended some of his wounds. He'll rest, sleep the rest off.
Balbug, can you help him with his armor since Walter's busy? Don't you need help putting all that stuff on?
I mean, it helps, but it's not necessary. I can do it in a pinch by myself, yes.
You need help or no?
If you would like to. Otherwise, you can sit here and watch me do this for the next 10 minutes or so.
He looks over at you, Quir.
Oh, help him.
Right.
You put armor on someone before?
It's been a really long time since I've done proper plate armor.
Just maybe help hold things in place while I do all the straps.
That I can do.
So, Miss Cora, as he's helping him strap on things, anything of note passed on by the other group?
Oh, no.
All right.
But I found something.
You did.
I did.
All right. What
It was
did you
great.
find?
It was great. It was great. So I was looking through the journal and I found a hidden thing. It's not a compartment, but I found, look. Oh, well, you're busy. Okay, but see this, there's a paper. See, okay. When you have a
Paper?
chance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So it has a list of everything they found in the temple. It has a map to the village. So we know where we're going.
There we are.
And it had another small journal entry. So the
Interesting.
journal entry basically revealed that Lord Wortley, Professor von Chidrick, and Professor Linsman departed on the airship to retrieve additional supplies and cargo. They had to get more supplies and cargo. So apparently there's something very significant and substantial still waiting inside the temple that they couldn't get to. So it didn't say what they were going to get, but they were getting
So
something.
you think we should go into the temple now, or?
I think we should go to the village to check it out first.
Very well. And you didn't tell Yox right before she went to bed that her husband left on an airship
I did.
and didn't bother to go back and find her.
I did. But I mean, I just wanted her to know that he was at least not a zombie.
No problem. No problem. Of course, I'm sure she'll go right to bed and fall fast asleep after that lovely tidbit of information.
But, I think we should go to the village, check it out.
Yes.
Maybe they will have some knowledge of what we're dealing with inside the temple. Maybe not. They might be so primitive that they just believe in, curses and stories and folklore and stuff like that, and not science. But if they have something that will help us, then we can go into the temple. I do think if there's something big still in there, we're going to have to go in there eventually, but I'd rather be more prepared. See if they know anything about the sickness and all that was mentioned in the journal.
Definitely a sound option. I love that idea.
Oh, and also if they can tell us where the bad tribe is, so we avoid them. The lizard, monkey, weird people, yeah.
Kobolds on lizards that run through the trees? Is that
something like that, and sound like monkeys? Yeah, it was very weird.
Not looking forward to that. I don't fight well in trees. All right.
I wouldn't think so. No, probably Maria in a tree is a bad idea.
Yes. No, I haven't thought to try it before, but I'm generally thinking that she's not adept to arboreal combat.
I would know. No. She was a flying horse.
Now that would be something. Yes.
I don't know if I've seen myths of those. I don't know. Okay, Dave, does your world have flying horses before I go off on a tangent?
Yep.
Oh, okay. They have them, but I don't think, she's not one of them, but they're, around, not here.
Shh, don't give her complex. She's perfect just the way she is.
She's beautiful. She was stunning in battle.
Yes.
So majestic.
She did her job and then some, yes.
And she loves you so much, you can tell. And
she's a good girl.
Veruca says she says that too.
Well, it's good to hear. From the horse's mouth.
I see what you did there.
I have my moments. Sorry. Many days on the battlefield where there's not much better to do than, make stupid jokes.
And talk about girls. I mean, that's what I hear boys do on battlefields.
Fuck, yes, that's all we do. On the front. Yes, we just talk about them. That's it.
But I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably much more of a gentleman about them than like Gundalf is.
All right. I haven't really judged. I haven't heard him talk about his exploits too much.
He talks about his exploits all the time. How can you not hear that?
I mean, he's got away with the women. I've seen that firsthand.
He does.
But He doesn't necessarily tell details or anything.
No, he does not. He's a gentleman when it comes to details. He draws them instead, or
I
carves
don't know if
them.
those are all his. That's an interesting question. Are all those Scrimshaw work his exploits? I didn't necessarily notice any particular body style preference when we were out in the town.
Don't they say that art like is inspired by life, or I don't know, something like that?
It's a question for tomorrow. Why don't you ask him that?
Okay.
Are we going to walk around or what?
Well, now that my armor's on, yes, we can do a patrol of the area. Keep an eye on things. Of course.
Want to go look at the temple?
No.
Okay.
Not unless you notice something dangerous there.
I mean, I've been helping you with armor, so I haven't noticed anything.
No, I think the temple at night is a bad idea because the journal said there was that red mist, and no, we shouldn't do that till we're more prepared.
Sounds good to me. And with that, I'll go and give me a perception check, and Balbug will give you assistance.
Cora, do you want to take the advantage from Balbug?
Sure.
I think we chose the two least perceptive people in the party to be on watch together.
Ooh, that's a 16.
Better than my 12.
And good with advantage because my other one was a 2.
As y'all survey the general area, nothing of unusual happened. Occasional things move about in the jungle. The temple itself, off in the distance, is eerie looking. Almost has that sense of death about it. Especially since you know a lot more now than you first did. And you start to see the first signs of daylight pressed over the trees. And you start to hear the noises of the jungle change. And the first of the porters begin waking up. What do y'all two wish to do?
Well, Cora, I don't know if you want to go wake up everyone else, fill them in on little bits of details you found. I think I'll go near the temple and start building a symbol or something that we can then eventually attach a map. Oh, maybe while you are working on things, you could sketch a copy of the map towards the village that we could leave for our Lord Novak and his party. And I'll build something.
I can write a note. I'll write a note with a map. Perfect.
I will begin some sort of symbol of, put together some wood and some skeletal bones to draw their attention so they don't go in.
Is Walter better?
I'm sure Walter will be fine. As you wake up everyone, feel free to check on him. I'm just going to take Maria with me, and
do you want Balbug to go with you too? I don't want you to go by yourself.
Oh, I'll be quite fine. Thank you, though. Balbug, I'm sure, has plenty to do to help you prep your day and get whatever things you need packed. Whatever your servants do for you.
If you go missing, no. You're going to take him.
I have Maria.
Miss Cora,
yes.
I'm going with her beginning. Please do not shoot your party.
That would be advisable. You make some noise or go shake people one by one. Don't shoot them with arrows. And maybe make Veruca the last one you wake up, so she doesn't help you with the process.
I'm going to work on this. I'll send the porters to wake everybody up, so there'll be plenty of people to wake up. But I want...
There's a good idea.
They'll wake people up. We'll have the map ready. We'll get some breakfast going. And then when you two get back, we'll be ready to go.
Righto. Yes. We'll be near the temple, building something. Yeah, and he's gonna wander off. He's gonna start picking up like fallen logs and some skeleton bones, which are all near the steps of the temple. And he's gonna just start like basically making like a crucified looking skeleton to draw attention for anyone who comes.
So, since Balbug is helping you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that you have advantage to your performance check.
Oh, performance. Okay. All right. Let's see. With advantage, 18.
Okay. Yeah. Seems like you've almost done this before.
I may have left some symbols for opposing enemies.
Yeah. Eventually, the porters begin waking the rest of y'all up. Gundalf, Yacht, and lastly, Veruca. As y'all smell breakfast being cooked by the various porters that are in charge of food this morning. And you see Cora out near the fire by herself.
Good morning, Cora.
Good morning.
Where's Sir Benedict?
Well, he went to the temple.
Oh, okay. Veruca pulls her armor on, pulls her weapons on, and she's like, I'm going to the temple now. And
But he's not going inside.
Veruca's gone.
Okay, he'll tell her, I'm sure. And I need to find Ada.
What's the other two doing?
I think Yox sees this exchange between Veruca and Cora and is just like, this is fine. This is going great. We all are having completely reasonable, normal, rational reactions to everything. It's fine. And I think she's just going to sit and eat kind of in like disassociated silence. Just like, this was not the plan.
Gundalf?
Got his coffee cup. So, bummer we didn't find any loot yesterday, huh?
Well, we found a little bit.
Well, I mean, I think we were really hoping for some of that crazy, lost temple kind of loot, right? Like, and this is kind of a bummer. Most a bunch of creepy dead guys and notes. I mean, how much fun is that? I was hoping for some, I don't know. If we're gonna fight some creepy dead guys, I was hoping for some cool, I don't know, golden treasure or something. It's kind of a weird swashbuckling expedition, if you ask me. I'm hardly feeling the swashbuckle. Oh well. On to the next village, eh? How long is this gonna take?
Shouldn't take that long. Look, I found a map last night, so now we know where we're going.
Show me this.
And a list of all the treasure that they found.
Oh,
We just have to find what they did with that treasure.
this was 2 years ago, though, eh? I wonder if they left it there.
I don't know. Maybe some of it. It's very cool. So it's a map, it's a list of all the treasure, and then it lets us know that they left the village and they went on the airship to go get supplies. And I think they took some. Did it say they took some treasure with them, or did they?
They
did
took
it say
everything that they cataloged and documented.
Okay.
So
they took the treasure with them.
Out of the first two chambers.
Yeah.
Well, they must not have made it back here.
So I'm not sure what happened to them there. So I think the plan when I talked to Sir Benedict was to go to the village and see if we can find more clues as to where they were going from there. And then at some point we're going to have to go into the temple because they were going to come back to the temple because the journal entry says that there was something big. There's still a big treasure there. But I think we need to be more prepared and not go in there and just make ourselves zombies.
Oh, So how long did you say it's going to take us to get to this other village?
Dave, how long is it going to take to get to the village?
You're not too sure. As Ada comes around, as she was making her rounds already.
Ada, I have something.
Right. What do y'all got?
A map
Well, that's useful.
to the village that we want to go to.
Oh, that's even more useful. I
Come
was
here.
trying to preliminary look for telltale signs early this morning. So,
Come check this out, and maybe you can tell me about what you think of the distance would be.
she looks down at it, starts looking at the sun, calculating this, that, and the other. Go ahead and give me a cartographer's check with advantage.
Cartographer's check with advantage. Dexterity again?
No, this time intelligent.
Really?
Yep.
You're so sweet to me.
Well, you know, it is one of those things.
So I rolled a 16, and I have plus 4, 5, 6. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
With the combination of Ada's backwoods know-how and your map skills,
Forgot that was
it would
advantage.
normally take about 4-day hike, but you're pretty sure that you can knock off 2 days of that.
2 days to get to the village.
Well, 2 days is not that bad. But then you still
No.
got 2 days to come back.
That
And
is true.
another 4 days. Well, man, are you sure we're coming back?
I know if we go into the temple, we're probably going to be zombies, so it's the better alternative.
All right, well, I'm not a huge fan of that, so I guess off to the jungle it is.
And Yax, we can get more information on your husband,
Yep. Hooray.
who's not a zombie. This is a good thing.
Yax, I think, looks really pained at Cora's continued attempts to, like, cheer her up. And, like, I think she downs what's left of the coffee in her cup and is just like, you know, I'm going to go make sure that Veruca didn't get lost on her way to the temple, and she's just going to, like, beeline it.
Before she
Yeah.
leaves, Cora's going to get up and grab her arm and look at her and go, look. Do you remember what you told me? You told me we can do hard things. And you wanted to find out the truth, even if it was a hard thing. This is just a hard thing. It's okay. Good things happen after hard things. It's okay. You've got this. I promise. Just like you promised me, I promise you, you've got this. You're my person. I'm your person. We've got this. And a cute little dog, too. It's fine. You can do hard things.
I was just expecting the hard thing to be finding out he was dead. Not that he has willingly abandoned me for the last 2 years.
Well, we haven't found him yet. So, well, I don't want to say he still could be dead. That sounds awful. See, you put me in a bad position here. He could still be dead. But I don't think you want me to say that. You know what I mean? It's still don't know what happened to him. He still could not have willingly abandoned you.
Well, if he's not dead when we find him, he will be. And Yax is gonna bolt.
Hey, good talk!
Sir Benedict, you and Balbug has just finished the monstrosity. Veruca, are you going silently, or are you just kind of just beelining it?
I mean, I think Veruca's beelining it.
Sir Benedict, what does this monstrosity look like as Veruca comes into y'all's clearing?
Yeah, I think Veruca would see two large, like, planks, probably like downed limbs from some of the trees that have fallen, that have now been set up in like an X and tied together with vines from the local foliage, and one of these zombies that it still has enough skin on it, whatever, to like maintain its form, now like held up to it and then tied up to this as well, in various locations, so that it's just like this giant X of a dead zombified body that is, now just lifeless, tied up to this thing. And he's taken out like a plank of wood that he's now attached a vine around it so it could be like a placard, and he's trying to figure out, Balbug, maybe we should wait for the rest. We should write something on this that says if the zombie here in front of the steps doesn't say it, don't go in, you idiot.
I've heard red is always a good color to write that in.
Okay. Do you have markers or pens?
Cora's got all
Veruca
kinds.
Veruca walks up. Oh, you need bread? I've got. And Veruca breaks off one of the zombie's fingers.
There's not much blood left, but we could try it.
I can get more fingers. Veruca's like popping
What
them
should
off
we?
real quick.
What symbol or words should I say on this to let them know? And I figured we could attach. Cora was supposed to make a copy of the map that we could maybe leave on this so that Lord Novak would be able to follow us towards the village. Not worth it.
Don't be an idiot.
Yes, that might be offensive.
Lot of words there.
Yeah.
I don't think you've got enough fingers.
Do not hinder. Just don't.
Wait, maybe?
No.
No.
Yeah, no might be. Yes, no might be worth it. Just put no, and then we can put a satchel on it that will have the map.
They put some exclamation points at the end.
Oh, what if we did like an upside down exclamation point at the beginning too, to kind of give it punctuation
Really
on both ends?
Give it emphasis.
How nice is Sir Benedict's handwriting? Because I'm imagining some beautiful cursive that just says no.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he's like well trained and grew up a knight and noble, so he probably writes very well. It's got some like flourish to it. Like unnecessarily so.
It's the most beautiful thing we've ever seen.
You come into this creative process.
Okay.
So one or two Oh, Yox, you're up.
It is morning.
Yes.
What are we attempting to accomplish here?
We're sending a message.
Trying to make sure no one goes in. Lord Novak would notice this symbol I've left here for them.
Oh, I've got a good idea. Veruca starts setting up the zombie bodies in a circle around the crucified zombie.
I like it. I like where your head's at.
Emphasis.
I'm going to go back to camp now.
All right. Go help Cora prep. Thank you so much, Balbug. Appreciate you. You're a good chap.
You're welcome. As he lumbers off back into the forest itself, the jungle.
So, looks like Cora found a map. We'll
Good.
be heading towards the village directly, I would suppose. Lord Novak can't miss this sign now.
No,
we'll
we
leave
can't.
him a copy of the map and a little bit of information just so he knows to follow us and not stay here like an idiot. Follow
Yox,
the
do you have any suggestions how we could any kind of blind spots?
Maybe. And Yox will
Sorry.
got a vibe going on.
It's kind of a vibe.
Yox will take a minute to ritually cast augury, and I would like to get an omen for how this is gonna go.
What does the spell say?
By casting gem inlaid sticks, rolling dragon bones, laying out ornate cards, or employing some other divining tool, you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the result of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM chooses from the following possible omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad, wheel and woe for both good and bad results, or nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad.
As you get a flash, and you thought you saw something briefly there, but it was nothing.
So I get nothing. I hate that that's an option. Okay. After Yax will turn to the other two and just go, you know what, this is probably fine. I assume he can read. Rich people are usually literate, so that feels, we've done all we can do, essentially.
He's bringing like 30 people or something with him, I'm sure. One of them has to be
One
able
of
to
them
read
will know how to read.
my
Yeah.
handwriting.
Oh, unless that one person did die in the jungle, because... But, yes. He could probably read.
Always looking on the bright side there, Veruca.
Thank you. Oh,
all right.
sarcasm.
Yeah. Just like, please wake me up with an arrow tomorrow, too.
Okay. Oh, wait.
That sarcasm as well. Yes. No.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm starting
Many
to
other
see a
methods.
pattern. I think I'm starting to see a pattern, yeah.
You know what? You're doing great, sweetie.
You are doing wonderful. Not criticizing your overall efforts. It's just some of the minutia I'd like to tweak just a little bit. Different tactics for, awakening people in their slumber. Or sending messages. We should maybe work on different means of that.
Mm-hmm. Baruch is just thinking internally, like this little thought bubble, and she's just thinking of like non-lethal crossbow bolts.
Cora's gonna walk up and be like, "Hey, I have this," and she just kind of looks at the sign, and she goes, "Okay,
Can you read it?
yes, but we'll be sure we put this where they can see it too." So my sign says, "Attention, quarantine measures are in place. It is strictly prohibited to enter the temple as it is believed to be cursed. Please refer to the map for directions to our next destination."
I like it. All I did was paraphrase.
A lot. Yes, you did. Is that made out of fingers?
I mean...
It's not. It's made out of blood.
Well, or the ground up insides of the zombies more than blood. They don't really flow. Anyways, are we ready to go?
Yes.
We have to get yeah, it's going to take 2 days to get to the village and then 2 days back.
Then we might as well shake a tail.
Yep. I think they're getting ready to head out. So, yeah, let's head back and see if we can help pack and get going.
And with that, Watchers, our group gathers together again. Things are packed up, and they set out on their journey. We will be skipping those 2 days, as Cora and Ada already made plans to skirt around possible dangers and the like. Come back in 15 minutes and see what this new village looks like and what they do within. See you in about 15 minutes, Watchers.
If you are enjoying our content, please consider supporting us through Patreon. Patrons get access to videos early, as well as digital content easily imported into your own game or campaign. Every bit of support helps us grow as a channel. Do you enjoy watching a live game? Do you have Amazon Prime? Please consider subscribing using your Prime sub on twitch.tv/thexpguild. This is a free and easy way to support the channel. Finally, if you do enjoy this content and know others who might, tell your friends and family about the XP Guild. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for yet another XP Guild show. If you are enjoying this, please do us a favor, click like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when our next show goes live. feel free to drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, hear your thoughts on the show, or anything else you want to talk about. I'd like to take a quick moment to say thank you to our friends over at Hero Forge, a Skycastle LLC product. We are not sponsored by them, but if you're looking for great custom miniatures, check out HeroForge.com. They've been so kind to let us use their art, as many of the miniatures and artwork that we use come from their website with their permission. However, they have not reviewed our content, and so what we do does not necessarily represent their views or beliefs. Again, thank you to Hero Forge.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, let's get back to the show.
We find ourselves 2 days later. The jungle trek that Cora and Ada planned for y'all wasn't bad, and y'all have gotten into the groove of things. Off in the distance, you start to see tiny little huts in the canopy above. There's not that many, as you see 2 primary huts and what you would only assume is secondary huts from the journal. But you also don't see any lower huts than just the 2 levels. You're pretty sure that there might be some other in the canopy, but that is what y'all can see from the distance y'all have traveled. What would y'all like to do?
I would like to scramble up a tree a little bit, whatever's easy, and see if I can get a better look up into the trees and see if I can see anybody.
Okay, give me a athletics check then.
Dun, dun, dun. Wow, I'm not very athletic. I'm very acrobatic, though. I wonder if there's a way that I can
Do a flip up the tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna. This is. I'm not powering up the tree. I'm trying to do some kind of cool swinging jump up into the tree.
Okay, I will allow it, but I will give you a warning.
Okay.
If you fail, it is going to hurt more.
Well, of course.
Okay.
I mean,
Go
stunts.
ahead and give me that acrobatics roll then.
Oh. Okay, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I thought I was gonna roll a 4 for a sec there.
What does this look like to the party?
All right. So Gundalf basically he looks around, sights his sort of parkour line, runs up a big root and jumps onto grabs onto a vine, swings up onto a branch, and then ends up hanging there casually by a couple hands and balanced on one toe, just sort of looking up into the upper canopy.
Go ahead and give me a perception, and I'll give you advantage.
Oh, that's neato. Well, I will have another dirty 20.
As you're pretty far up in this one tree, you start to see the village now. It's about 100 feet away, and there's more huts sprinkled throughout. And from the journal and what Cora read, there should be 3 levels. There should be the primary level, which is the big hut, where the upper echelon live, and the meetings and the like, and probably storage is what you can only assume as well. Then there is the everyday folk, the workers, the family people on the secondary level, as well as the young kids. The warriors are on the 3rd level, which is the lower rank. You do not see a lower rank.
Would that be the ones lowest in the tree that you're talking about?
Yeah, and they're not there.
That's weird, but I don't see any people. Is that's true? There's nobody up there?
As you start to peer, you start to see movement. And You're pretty sure that they see you.
Okay.
As you're pretty sure that one person, or the few that you see, has arrows trained upon y'all.
All right. If I see that we're like being watched and potentially under threat, I'll just kind of call gently down to everybody. Hey, I think we got some company above, but don't do anything crazy. They got arrows pointed at us. Hey, Benedict, maybe you want to come out and like, I don't know, say some rich guy shit to him. This is not really my bag.
I mean, okay, but I'm not really sure rich guy talk to native people here is the way to go, but greetings, we come in peace. We come in
Hey,
search of
cat guys.
friends. No. Maybe I should have kept... Go for it.
No, sorry, I was just helping.
You're
I was
doing
trying to
wonderfully.
pay attention.
No, you're doing fine.
I'm going to have y'all roll 2 separate perception. Not perception, but persuasion checks.
Persuasions, okay. 18.
Dirty 20.
Okay, then.
Apparently hate cat guys is the way to go.
What is the highest passive perception out of the group? Or who has the highest passive? What is yours, Ruka?
Muted, Veruca? I can't hear her. Can you?
Okay, don't worry.
She was having trouble with her computer, so she may not be able to unmute.
Okay. But, out of the corner of your eye...
It's 18, though. Just...
Okay. Out of the corner of your eye, one of these cat-like people appear. They're roughly about 3 feet tall, all black fur, and as y'all look at this one in front of y'all, it's almost like his spots are kind of a purplish tinge to them. He looks at y'all and starts to chatter back at y'all in a cat-like noise.
That ain't Elvish, is it?
It is definitely not Elvish.
Not Elvish or giant. Cora, perhaps you have some means of understanding languages that are foreign?
Yes. Okay, I'm coming. And I will cast comprehend languages.
Suddenly
So
you
for an
hear-
hour, I can understand them.
Suddenly you hear words coming out of this cat-like person. You'll have come back.
No, we haven't been here before. But we're looking for our friends. They were here.
He yells back at the camp. It is okay. They're with the others. I suddenly start to see these cat-like people start to pop up throughout the village. Each one having bows drawn and the like. As they slowly put them down.
So none of our friends are still here?
They left many moons ago.
Yes. I know they were here a couple years.
2 whole cycles have passed.
Right. Do you know where they went?
River North said something about warehouses.
Could we maybe sit down and talk about their trip and where they went and what all they found and introduce ourselves and not just stand here awkwardly?
Come. And he starts leading you off to the village.
Okay, we're gonna go have a sit down. Let's go.
We
These guys look friendly, but keep your hands in sight, all right? I don't... They seem like they might change their mind at any minute.
Any of them speak the common vernacular, or perhaps even Elvish? Maybe we'd get the most of us together with that.
Maybe. We're gonna go meet the village and introduce ourselves, and we'll kind of see where it goes from there.
All right, let's go.
As y'all begin entering the village itself, the areas start to open up as lines of rope are let down with little pedestals upon them. As you hear this one that you've been talking to, come, step on. He lifted up,
Oh, neat. Okay, we step on these things when they tell us to.
and as y'all
Jump
do,
off, jump on.
each and every one of y'all are lifted up into the trees themselves, and y'all start to see more and more of the village. As you see the lower ranks, the first tier that was supposed to be there, the walkways are still there, but where they're supposed to be huts, there's none. As y'all are carried up even further into the canopy, the second tier, you start to see families, mothers with babies, young kids, elderly, and the like. And the third tier, the grand huts themselves, where the majority of them, young boys to elderly females with bows and arrows that was once pointed down at y'all, have now calmed, collected, put the arrows away, and are greeting y'all. And slowly but surely, y'all are showered with various flower wreaths and necklaces, as well as fruits of all sorts. And y'all are led into one of these grand huts of wood and leaves. And before y'all stands what could only be the chieftain of the group, standing taller by about an inch or so from the rest of them, carrying a whitened staff with a yellow orb attached to it, wearing what could only be the native garb, and a headdress, what appears to be made of gold and silver. And he smiles at y'all and says in common, welcome to the Kula Kula tribe. You are new but old.
That's super profound, my cat. But we're here after some other people like us. Is that what you mean?
Please sit down.
All right, that sounds good. Come on, everybody.
Take a seat.
Yax is going to sit next to Cora and just say, are there any sketches or drawings of Luzik or your professor or anyone in any of the journals that we could show them to see if they recognize any of them?
Oh, I have one of the professor. Do you have one of your husband?
No.
They might just know their names, though. Not sure. So, you are chief?
I am chief.
What is your name?
Chieftain Karamazat. The Kula tribe.
Okay, so we were coming to investigate the temple.
Temple bad omen.
Very much. And we found some information that has led us to your village, that our friends were here, and that they had brought stuff out of the temple and brought
our
it
warriors
here and then took it to their airship. No, you're the first cat people we've seen. Your warriors are missing?
went with party.
Okay. So we're following their trail. So we haven't found anything yet. We found the temple and all the destruction there. And now we're here with you trying to find out where we should go next to find our friends.
They went in big ship and sky.
Right. Where were they going? Your friend said something about a river.
The God River. They followed it north.
What were they after there?
Ran temples called warehouses.
There were more temples north?
The great
Or something that they had?
said something about great civilization of man.
Great civilization.
Sounds like they were headed for some kind of storage facility, a warehouse.
Ada, what's north of here?
As Ada looks at you, I mean, depending on which way you go, I mean, there is.
They followed the river north.
Oh well,
so-
if they're doing it that way, then could be Tomas.
Does Tomas sound familiar to you, Chief?
Do not know of this Tomas.
Did they tell you the name of the warehouse? Temple? Place?
Only heard it when we were. Yes. Only heard it.
What did you hear about it? Just that it was a warehouse temple?
They talk a lot between them, mentioning about taking their so-called loot, depositing in these great temples, and then finding another way. Other people must join them. Then they said they will come back. Are you those people?
No, we haven't found them to join them yet. But if we do find them, we'll bring them back. Maybe.
One of them, this professor, said that the gate is below.
In the temple?
Yes,
Did he tell you what the gate was to?
it was not a he. It was the short one, about our size.
Oh, the girl professor. Oh, okay. Okay, did she tell you what the gate was to?
Something about a great city.
So they thought a great city was under the temple?
The gate goes to the great city,
Right, but the gate's under the temple.
is what they said, yes. What we overheard.
Huh. Like a great underground city? Weird. Did they leave anything here? Any documents or scrolls or anything that I could look at?
The chieftain looks at the one that you talked to, and you only hear, not the rest of y'all hear, cat-like noises. Go fetch the chest as that one runs off.
So they took your warriors, they went north and followed the God River to the warehouse temples.
They did not take our warriors north
Where did they take your warriors?
to the temple.
Oh, we didn't find them there. But we didn't go all the way in the temple because of all the warnings and stuff. So I suppose they could be down in it. They've been gone for 2 years and y'all haven't gone to check it out?
It is hard to go when the Maki rule this jungle.
Oh, you can't leave the area. Okay. Especially without warriors here to protect you.
Our younglings will die.
Right.
Eventually,
Okay.
he comes back with a small chest and hands it to the king, the chieftain. This may help you.
Oh, thank you. And I open the chest.
You find a few documents here and there. You find a list, and you see the symbol.
On the list or separate?
It is on a separate sheet of paper. It is the same symbol that was in the journal on the last page.
The Eye of Chaos symbol.
Yep,
Is there anything else on that paper? Just the symbol.
just the symbol itself.
And what is the list of?
The list seems to be of supplies needed.
Before going into the temple?
It seems to be a draft of one.
Okay, cool.
You
That will be helpful.
recognize the organization of such a list as stuff was
Like
crossed out. Numbers were
brainstorming.
added, and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, you quickly realize that this is definitely, I mean, the way it looks is not a cavern crawl style list. This looks like a grand expedition list. Like something that you would take on, like, when y'all left the boat.
So it is leading me to believe that they were going to be through this gate and traveling wherever this gate leads for long periods of time, not just in a dungeon and out. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you said they all went up north, so nobody went back to the temple and went down past this gate they were talking about, right?
They mentioned gate was inside temple
But they didn't go back to the temple. They went up north.
to deposit in the great temples.
And then
of
they
the
were going to
warehouses.
come back. Yeah. And then they were going to come back and then go to the gate, right?
What I overheard. Yes, they said so.
Okay. So timeline is temple here, north, back here, back to temple. Gotcha. And they took your warriors, and you just need your warriors back so your village is safe.
That is what they went with. The second ones that went back to the temple, as the ones in the airship went to the great temples of the warehouses.
Gotcha. Well, what can we do for you? How can we help you?
Bring back our warriors.
And anything else?
That is all we ask. Unless if you wish to kill the Maki. But we cannot put that upon you. That is a warrior's challenge. I only see a few of them with you at this present moment. And he looks over at Sir Benedict.
Sir Benedict is a mighty warrior. I'm sure he could help find the other warriors, right, Sir Benedict?
I mean, yes, of course. Be happy to help slaughter these enemies of your tribe if that's what it is you're looking for, or simply to search out your old warriors.
We would most prefer, since it is only maybe two of y'all that are warriors out of your tribe, that we would like for you to search out our warriors instead.
So you're saying they went in the temple?
They went with the secondary people that went back to the temple. We do not know what happened after that. The secondary people never came back.
All right.
Thus, our warriors did not come back.
And the secondary people, though, you said went towards the temple?
Yes. That is what the airship people said to go do.
Okay, so that goes with the journal. So the second group had warriors, but we didn't see any warriors there. Maybe we're going to have to go in the temple.
I mean, if we head back now, by the time we return, Lord Novak and the rest should be there, shouldn't they?
Stands to reason, or right about, yes.
Not that I'm exactly thrilled at the idea of going down in that temple, but we could also just say screw this and go seek out these warehouses.
That doesn't exactly seem like an adventure. That just seems like stealing shit from somebody. I think we should go see if we could hook up with Novak. And sounds like we should have busted our way into that temple in the first place.
Under her breath, Yax will say, "Sounds like someone should have just left the temple alone in the first place." Hashtag I'm not bitter.
I think we need to try to find their warriors, and if they were in the temple, we should try to help them out.
Honestly, 2 years. But I'm fine with us at least pursuing that.
Find out what happened to them.
I think they're
Yeah.
probably not okay.
What chances are there that they're okay? Oh, at least, if nothing else, we can provide closure to these people. We can go about return or meet up with Lord Novak. We at least know whereabouts this airship was headed, so we could always leave from the temple towards that direction. If that
True. Yes, that could be our next stop after the temple. Excuse me. Lord Novak would probably want to see the warehouses and all the stuff that's inside of it.
All right. Well, we appreciate the hospitality. I don't know if there's much that we need to hang around here for. Other than one thing, this other Maki tribe.
Yes.
Whereabouts do they hail? Was there fortification or their zone that they claim is their own?
He walks out onto the balcony and just extends his arms outward.
Helpful. All right.
They are nomadic. They loot and pillage and go as they please, killing anything, enslaving others, and moving on to the next bounty until they get their fill. They are a plague upon our wilderness.
They sound lovely. All right. We'll keep an eye out then. If
Always
they-
look up. They are never down.
Definitely a good hint.
I can send you to Zak with you. He is useful in seeing these people.
Okay. He's gonna kind of look tentatively at the rest of the group. Like, I mean, honestly, in his mind, the last thing they need is one more little like hangers on here that he has to worry about. But
I think Tzak could hang out with Ada and teach Ada all about the jungle.
I'm sure Ada would love someone else teaching her about her jungle.
Well, she hadn't been to this part of the jungle, so it would further her education.
Fair enough. Welcome aboard to Zok.
He gives you several cat noises. You hear Cora. Good. Yes.
Ada, meet your new
Yeah.
friend, Tzak.
Right. Okay.
I'm going to put you in charge of him.
Uh-huh.
He's going to help us look out for the bad tribe and teach you the secrets of the jungle.
Right.
Be nice, please. And he'll be nice to you.
I will try.
He's like, baby.
It's more like a darn halfling is what I see. But anyway.
What's wrong with halflings?
Oh, they just get all into your shit.
I'm not sure what you do for your recreational time, but I don't think we need to pick on halflings in general. And maybe you had some bad experiences.
Halflings. Most are quite and kind and pleasant, but those that aren't, well, they soon backstab your ass than anything. Steal all your loot.
Fair enough. Not that I can see any difference between that and anyone else, but okay.
Anyway, are we going
Let's
to hang
go.
out around with these people, or are we going to go?
Well, let's head out. Let's reconfigure. He will try at some point to step aside with Yax. Just check in with Yax. How are we doing? What's your thoughts on all this?
Well, I understand the desire to go back to the temple and see if we can save anyone, but it's been 2 years. The chances that anyone is alive down there are slim to none. And personally, I would much rather be chasing down Luzik. But I'm not exactly feeling particularly inclined to go against the grain, so here we are.
To be fair, your assessment of the situation, I feel, is quite accurate. I am not sure what we really wish to accomplish after chasing a 2-year-old trail of these individuals, but let's, I didn't want to say that in front of a chief, you know? Maybe we get out of the village and we can gather as a group and see what everyone's thinking.
Yeah, maybe. It feels like we're running in circles, and it feels like running in circles is all I've done for the last 2.5 years. And I don't know, I guess I'm just feeling a little spun around.
I can understand that. And last thing, honestly, I wish for you to feel during all this, with all this going on.
And Yax will get a very pained expression on her face, and she'll kind of look at Benedict and say, you know, have you ever doubted yourself? Just your ability to read people or make decisions, or I don't know, just do you ever feel like you just don't, you're the only person in the room who has no idea what's going on?
Believe it or not, yes, quite frequently, actually. I'm trying to leave those days behind me, but there are many decisions I've made that I've thought back as, what the hell were you doing? So, hopefully you're in good company. Otherwise, you're in the worst of it, and it's the two of us.
Maybe. Thanks.
Try. I'm used to dealing with soldiers in the front lines. Not so much introspective behavior amongst them, but this husband of yours, I'm sure, if he had any option, he would come back. So we just have to figure out what has held him away from you, Madame Wortley, and we will do our best.
Yax does her best to hold in the shiver of disgust at that title, and she just says, "I appreciate it. I just I don't know. Maybe sometimes I'm just too soft. My brother was right. But anyway, let's go chase some ghosts, I guess." And she'll wander back off towards the party.
What is Gundalf and Cora doing when they were discussing what they were discussing?
I'm looking around the village, man, and like, I don't know if any of these people speak common, but I'm gonna try to, like, I don't know, make a connection with some of the cat people. I want to make a friend.
Okay. What are you doing? How are you doing about it?
I'm gonna see if I have any food, any sort of you know what? I've got jerky. I've been saving some of this. I'm gonna share my jerky.
Okay. Give me a persuasion roll.
I can't roll anything but a dirty 20.
Some of the tribesmen, both male and female, a little hesitant. Eventually, a few of the younger kids take some and gnaw on it, and they start to laugh as they start trading you various little seeds and nuts. For the
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm eating them. This is going to be a little party.
Okay. What's Cora doing?
I am talking to Ada. I'm showing her the list that I found, or that was given to us with the supplies that were needed to go into the temple, and talking to her about, look, it looks like they were getting all this stuff together. That's a long mission.
That is not a temple dwelling kind of list.
It's not. I think he was saying that there's a gate at the bottom of the temple that leads to a bigger city. And I don't know what that means, but we might be.
No. See, right here. See, there's no dungeoning, spelunking kind of shit. This is all like up top crap.
No. I know. When he was saying they needed it to go bond. I don't know if there's an underground city or something that we're going to find.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Underground, you need underground supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Above ground, you need different kinds of supplies. The only thing I can think of is that this gate is not your typical walk-through gate. Here I am into another level of the temple.
Oh, like it's a magic doorway.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, man.
Because if it was going to go to a lower level and whatnot, you'd need like rope and grappling hooks and all that other kind of junk, you know. There's not that much on here for that kind of expedition.
Right. Okay, so we go back to the temple because they want us to find our warriors. And we go down there.
I don't have much hope for the warriors going to be around.
Oh, no, yeah, nobody does. But we can at least give them closure, like Sir Benedict said. Find out what happened to them. So if we go down there and we need some of these supplies, which I know we have, can we do that? Like if we find a door, can you and the porters and everybody come with us, you think? Is it possible?
I mean, them porters are superstitious as all get out. But I've noticed Gundalf kind of working with them. If we can get Gundalf on their butt, we can chunk them through the gate as quickly as, you know, running pigs down the road.
That's a good idea. I know Varuk will be on board. Sir Benedict, I think, is up for any kind of challenge.
I mean, you just
Yax will go.
Make sure Varuk don't shoot anybody again that's friendly.
I think if we put her with Varez, we'll be okay. Or they'll kill each other. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Okay, I just wanted to get with you and see if we could, if everything goes right. I know there's a lot of ifs, but if everything goes right, I think we have these supplies and we could go through the door and we could continue this.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I've been on treks like this before. And you're going to have to suck it up, Buttercup. As well as Sir Benedict. I mean, there's going to be some rationing involved. No fancy tents.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, I was trying to figure out what Buttercups had to do with anything. Okay, got it.
You might sleep on the cold ground. There's not going to be hot coals underneath you. Keep you warm at night. Or a cool breeze. So on and so forth.
I can do that.
Because,
I can do that.
I mean, who knows what's on this other side of this gate?
That's very true. Well, Sir Benedict has been in war, so I'm sure he has slept in not the best conditions. And my parents, okay, well, I was like in a tower my whole life. But okay, I've slept on the floor when there was bad rainstorms and stuff. I'm sure I'm fine.
All right.
And Yax told me if I need any help, she would be right there with me to help me through any situations I don't understand.
Okay, well, that's all that matters, because I don't want you to see you getting yourself down And I'd like to bring you back alive because I sure the hell don't want to deal with your mother if you're dead.
No, she's mean. I don't blame you. She'll bring me back just to kill me again. And
Right.
that might be possible with her. Anyway, we won't go there. It's okay. Okay. Thank you. I just needed somebody to bounce ideas off of. So now I can tell everybody we might be going through a gate. That's not a gate. That's a door to who knows where.
Yep.
We're just going to have to go look and see where we go from there.
Yep. I'm going to go round up these porters and whatnot and make sure Gundalf don't smuggle one of them little kids with him.
Well, we're taking one. Oh, he's following you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got your friend.
No, I'm talking about that. That's a normal one. No, the ones that he's like feeding them and shit.
Oh, okay. You go take care of that. I'm gonna think.
As things and time continue, what do y'all wish to ultimately do?
And I think if Cora passes this information on, I think Sir Benedict would gather the group back together. I think, given this insight, if the party left 2 years ago, they would have either reached back to civilization or, more than likely, feeling that there was something larger underneath this temple, returned to the temple itself to explore.
Unless the gate is one way and they went through and can't get back.
Well, exactly something I was thinking. Either they went, I think either way, I think they got back. They must have gone into this temple. It's the only reason why someone wouldn't continue back home after finding valuables and riches. I think our mission changes then from that of rescue of the locals to perhaps rescue of the people we came here for, but in a more open, I suppose, dungeon delving, go into some portal to an unknown place sort of thing.
I think you're right. I think maybe they went to the warehouse and then went back to the temple and went through the door, and maybe we'll find them there. Of course, then there's the problem of we might be stuck on the other side.
Well, I think, given our objectives, that might be the better bet. I mean, at least we'll know what we're going for. We'll find closure, and I don't think many of us have much to go back to if we don't accomplish our task at hand. I will not ask anyone else to go in, but I personally think that is our best bet.
I'm sure we can find a way back. There's just too many. We can find a way back, surely. Maybe we can leave Gail on this side or something, and she can pull us through or something.
Well, it's an excellent idea. Someone to stand guard outside.
Can we do the opposite way? Can we send Gail through and then pull her back? I don't trust her to do the pulling.
Well, we could leave some other people too, so,
Say at
Cora,
that point,
how
most of the
sure are
portals.
you?
I have to get in the temple. Once I can read the runes of the temple, I will know more. This is a guess from the list, but the temple chamber that they talked about in the journal, I'll know more, and I'll be sure one way or another. So this is all speculation until I can look and examine what we're going into. It might be nice and easy and have a sign, one way, do not enter. Probably not, but we can hope.
I mean, but where do we think, the red mist came from and the zombie sickness? If there is some kind of magical portal, what could be on the other side of it that is worth any of this?
I don't have that answer. For me, it's the excitement of a discovery and finding out what this eye symbol means. If those answers are on the other side of that gate, I want to go. if the professor's on the other side of the gate, I'd want to go. I mean, treasure's nice, but that doesn't motivate me.
But, I mean, at the risk of losing yourself?
Well, that's why I have to look at the portal on this side. We have to have more information to make an educated guess.
I mean, what if Lozix is there?
I don't know if I want him to be there, if I want him not to be. To be totally honest with you.
Fair enough. But if he is there, we may be his only hope to get back.
Maybe he's been trying to get back to you for 2 years.
But if he's been stuck for 2 years, what's to say that we're any better? He's the smartest person I've ever met. Until you, Cora. And if he's been stuck for this long, it feels pretty unlikely that it's going to be a simple solution to get back.
We'll have to go read the runes. Said it might tell me they might have missed something, been in a hurry, went through the gate before they totally, read the directions. You know what I mean? Like they can tell you, go through this way, go through that way, come back out, that kind of thing. It might just be simple as an incantation, or they forgot a key. We'll know more when we explore.
Okay. I believe in you, Cora. And if you think this is what we should do, then
we
I'm
won't
in.
rush through the gate. We will definitely check every inch of that temple before, I want to be 100% sure of the gate before we go through it.
Yeah, me too.
There could be a key. There could be a guide. Gosh, there's just no telling. It's so exciting, but scary at the same time.
You always manage to find a silver lining.
Thanks.
And Yax will look around at the rest of the group and, I mean, is that it? Are we doing this?
2 days back. We got time to figure it out.
I think that's the only options we have here.
All right. I guess let's go then.
And with that, y'all gather what y'all can as the tribe showers y'all with baskets of fruit and other snacks. And y'all descend from the trees themselves as the chieftain is pleased with the result. The Zok comes with y'all. As y'all start to head out, the little kids that Gundalf was feeding follow you only so far as the Zok shoos them back to the village. And with that, y'all head into the jungle itself as they make it back to the temple. Thank you, watchers, for tuning in. Thank you for watching this episode, even with its irregularities that has happened. But tune in 2 weeks' time to find out how they're going to go about delving deep into this temple and what lies within. Until then, let us thank our party, for if it wasn't for them, the show would be very different. I am going to go around the room, announce a player or a character. They will say what they would like to say, and so on and so forth, until it gets back to me. Let us start off with the one that likes to make lots and lots of friends. Gundalf.
Oh, thank you very much. I gotta say, I'm happy to be hanging out with little cat children. I imagine he's kind of going pss, 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 trying to get them to come over and hang out with him. Maybe is that rude? I don't know. I don't mean to be condescending to actual cat people in real life. So anyway, I'm Nathan, and I play Gundolf Gonzalo Lux, who does in fact like to make friends everywhere. That's my strategy. High flying acrobatics and nonstop party. I don't have anything to plug or anything cool to talk about, so I'm gonna bat it over to Madam Yox.
Hey, I'm Kat Kelly, and I play Yax. Thank you all so much for being here with us tonight. It's been a joy and a pleasure to get to hang out with these folks every other week. You can also find me around the internet at Kat Kelly Social. I am on Twitch at On Positive Game, though I don't really stream a ton ever. I am also on a Monster Hearts actual play podcast. We just released our first full episode 1 week ago today. So you can find that anywhere podcasts are streamed. It's called All Our Faults. I play a teenage boy named Crispin with lots of religious trauma. So if that's your jam, if you're a Buffyverse fan, definitely check us out. And I will send it over to my bestie, Cora.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sandy, and I am playing Cora. And wow, Cora learned a lot today, and my brain hurts, and I've got to take all these notes and turn them into things. So, homework for me. Yay. What do I want to plug? Not this week, but next week. We have a pirate game on Fridays. It's all girls, it's all pirates, and we just found an underground thing on that game too. So interesting. If you're not busy on not Black Friday, but it's going to be the Friday after Black Friday, come by, see us, heckle us. There's people in chat. You can be silly with them. It's fine. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. It is tiring today because it's the day before Thanksgiving, and I have been cooking for hours and hours and hours. Yox is shaking her head. She has been cooking. It's just, we are mom tired. So I'm rambling. So I'll just pass it to Bill, and he can ramble some. Sir
Hey all.
Benedict.
Yeah, I'm Bill. I'm playing Sir Benedict. Welcome all of those joining us. If you are joining us for some reason for the first time on this episode, you can catch all the VOD on YouTube as well as sticking around here on Twitch. But it's all there, edited down, so it is a little bit shorter as tonight's game was because of, like we said, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Check out our other games. I'm running a game on Monday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. Extrapolate out there for your time zones. My Shattered Lands Shield Wardens game, as we're getting further and further along in our story, getting closer and closer to kind of a climactic boss battle. So check that out and join us for the other games. Dave releases all that on like Monday, a little blurb of what's going on this week. So with all that ado, thanks everyone for coming. Back to you, Dave. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Bill pretty much said it all. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow, and do all that fun stuff that you know how to do with social media. Below, exactly. But anyway, so let's wrap this up and tell you, wonderful, wonderful watchers, thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.
Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.
Bye.